Hey friends, Catherine here, popping in with our first recipe on the Comforts of Fall menu. This one seems out of place, but it's for a reason. The pumpkin cream cheese French toast. So this is obviously very seasonal. Very nicely pairs with all things Thanksgiving, pumpkin and cinnamon. But I love this recipe for alleviating, specifically cooking the day after a big, holiday. So a lot goes into cooking for Thanksgiving, and the last thing that most people want to do the next day is cook. So this is an awesome option for an easy breakfast the next day, or if you're having company, a super awesome option for that. So here we go. So what I've done here so far, and grab your recipe and follow along. This is the bread, this sliced brioche that I use. It's a sweet French bread. You don't have to use this bread, but it's definitely a little bit more dense of a bread, and it's a little sweeter, so it's super yummy for French toast. So I basically just cubed it all, and then I put it in the 9x13. So this is a recipe that you can make ahead, freeze, or you could do like nighttime, stick it in your fridge, and then just make it the next day. I think you're going to be super excited about how quickly this comes together. So first step is simply to cut up your loaf of bread into cubes. That's an awesome way to get some kids involved if you need or want. Okay, and then we're just going to make our mix. Okay, I'll just shuffle around here for you. Okay, so in my bowl here I've got 10 eggs. And then I've got milk. You could also use cream. I use a pretty high fat content of dairy products typically, but you're just going to whisk. Okay, so I do like to mix the eggs and the milk first, just to make sure that all of the yolks get broken. And when I pour, you're not stuck with kind of a big blob. And then we're gonna add our cinnamon, and this is the cinnamon I'm using. It is a seasonal one. It's a very full flavor cinnamon. And then, sorry about that. I'm gonna set this aside for just a minute. This is weird, but trust this process. Okay. I'm gonna zest and juice an orange. And it doesn't have to be like an exact measurement, but this is, I love this particular product because it's the zester and the juicer all in one. But what I have found is this little added secret ingredient with this bread is amazing. So I'm not going to do a ton of zest, but you can see there what I've done. And then I'm going to just cut my orange in half to juice. And here, sometimes the zest will get stuck there, so I'm just going to scrape that off. And then I don't need this piece. Leaving the zest in here, I will use this to just juice this orange. I usually shoot for about 2 tablespoons of juice, but if oranges are out of season, which they usually are here, I don't always get that much, but you'll get that good flavor even just from the zest. Okay, so there's that going into the mixture. Okay, and then mix that up quick. Then we're going to add pumpkin, and you can add up to a full can, but if you're not a huge, strong pumpkin person, you can absolutely, do half or less and just get more of that faint. But you do want to add in pumpkin, mix it up really well, and then it's just a dump. I'm going to set that down. Before we dump, though, you're going to take your block of cream cheese and just cut it into cubes, and you're just going to spread it out. Plop it in. And as you would probably guess, as this bread soaks, it does, it will settle some, which is also why doing it the night before is better, because it gives it a chance to fully soak and set up. Okay, so there's our mixture all done, and gonna pour. Okay, if you are choosing to freeze this, what I would do is let it sit for just a little bit and then maybe mix it just to make sure everything kind of gets covered. If it still seems really thick, you could always just drizzle a little bit of extra milk on the top to help it, the bread to just soak up the pumpkin mix. And then when you go to freeze, do either a layer of foil with the foil lid that comes with the disposable ones, or do 2 layers of foil for the freezer. And it should keep for you pretty well in the freezer for a couple months. But I am doing that, this is a stoneware, because I'm going to be making it relatively soon. But that is it for the recipe. It's so easy, comes together super awesome. Serve it with some, breakfast meats. You could do fruit and eggs if you wanted as well. Obviously maple syrup, but it is very easy and very seasonal, and I think you'll enjoy this one. I would love comments. In the comments what you think, and if pumpkin is totally not your thing, you can always leave that piece out as well and just do the eggs. You could even throw some berries in. This recipe is super flexible. Okay, so let me know what you think. Let me know what you're putting in yours.